You all right? Hello. Welcome to episode 1 of Isolation Station. I hope everyone is staying safe at home, and I'm so bored. So I've decided to do the cringiest thing that I could think of, and that is start doing these videos. I told my dad that I was going to start doing these, and he said, aren't people suffering enough at the moment? So I'd just quickly like to say thank you very much to all the NHS staff and volunteers for putting their lives on the line and working in this crisis and proving that the NHS is the best thing about this country. I knew that anyway. So basically, the purpose of these videos is to hopefully entertain you a little bit, because I'm sure you're all like me and very bored. And I'll get some guests on and see how they are dealing with isolation. And I know most people are going insane. Like, people are having these isolation looks. I know my mate is just shaving his head. People are shaving their heads, going full on Britney Spears 2007. I've decided to start growing facial hair. Really pathetic attempt of a beard. So if you like the beard, please like the video, keep watching. And if you don't like the beard, keep watching anyway, please. I've got some great people lined up as guests to talk to me. I can't believe they actually said yes to talking to me. So I've got some great people, and this episode, I've got an okay one. He is one of the best radio talents around, and he's just left Radio City to take up a full-time live show in the Cayman Islands. Unfortunately, due to lockdown, he is unable to fly to the Cayman Islands, and he is stuck in Newton Willows, and he's ended up talking to me. I'm sure he's made up. It's Dave Kelly. Hi, Dave. Thank you very much for joining.
No problem.
Thank you very much. The beard is looking well.
Yeah, mate, it's had like a lot of growth. You know, and I've shaved it as well. I had a proper bushy one. I was Father Christmas-esque.
That's the thing. This has took me about 4 weeks, and it's...
Oh, mate.
Yeah, trying my best. I'm trying my best. So we're into our 4th week of lockdown. So how are you feeling? How are you finding it?
Bored.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like doubly hard as well, because obviously we were supposed to be in the Cayman Islands by now. So we haven't got anything in our house. Literally, there's nothing in our house.
Not even like a TV? Do you have a TV?
There's a small TV and a mattress, which is what I'm on now. So that is it. It's all that's left, genuinely. There's just empty rooms everywhere. It's ridiculous.
What was your reaction for not flying at all? Like, what was the reaction when you couldn't fly?
All right, actually, it's a couple of weeks off work, isn't it? But no, it was a bit annoying. But no, there's nothing you can do, is there? It's not like it's us or the whole world's in the same boat, aren't they? So it's frustrating. And the most frustrating thing is we haven't got anything. Because if we had all our stuff, I haven't got a PlayStation. I had a radio studio at home, so I could still do normal shows at home. I haven't got anything. So it's really difficult to try and do my job, because I was only supposed to be in the UK for 6 days after I left Radio City, 6 days, and then flew to Cayman, and then start my stuff being there. My stuff's now not going to get there because it's still on a boat somewhere or wherever it is, and we haven't got anything in the house.
So what are you doing to get yourself through these moments of isolation? What are you doing to get yourself through it?
I've started watching Spooks again for a start. Very good TV show.
Yeah.
And you know, me and my wife take the dog out. When we rinse our like exercise time, so we'll go out for like the proper hour and a half to like a 5K walk, and that's about it really. Zoom calls. I've done with a house party. It's just, and of course I've got to be extra careful with my diabetes, so it's quite. I genuinely can't. I can't even go to the shops. Well, I don't want to go to the shops. Let's put it that way. So, it's so boring.
So, everyone's in the same boat, isn't it? But have you been doing more exercise? Is that thing? Because it's like this lockdown, sort of like a New Year's resolution. People are setting their own
Yeah.
resolutions to start doing more. Like, oh, I'm going to start knitting more and stuff like that. Is exercise any help for you?
Yeah, when we go out every day for a massive walk, like a massive walk. But that's all we've had. To be fair though, I didn't really do that much exercise before anyway, because I'd come home. This is what I'm struggling with. So I do my breakfast show, and I'd come home, and then I'd do loads of recording from radio stations everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I was always busy, but now I'm not, because I haven't got up at stupid o'clock in the morning, which by the way is amazing. I am loving staying in
I
bed.
was going to say that transition, was that all right for you? Yeah.
Right, so everyone always says when you come up, and when you speak to, you used to breakfast show, they go, "Oh, you know, it's a killer. Your body clock. You'll be waking up at 5 a.m. Not once. Oh, I'm waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Not once. I probably wake up at like 9:30. I'm going to bed at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. That was my life before that. I've never been a morning person, and for like 7 years of doing a breakfast show like that, oh, it was brutal. But no, I didn't miss it at all. Not even a little bit. It's been weird.
Yeah, that's the thing. I've been getting up at around about 12. My brother's worse. He's like 2 o'clock. He's
Hating it.
terrible. He's terrible. That's why I tried doing the exercise. I started watching these Joe Wicks
Oh
videos.
yeah, he's gone massive, hasn't he?
Yeah, and I can't believe he's the kids. I can't believe kids are doing that stuff. Like, I did
It's hard.
sweating. It was hard. It really was. I couldn't believe it was kids. And if you are going to watch one, maybe turn the volume down a little bit as well. He's a nice guy. And he's a bit distracting with the stuff that he's saying. He's very motivated.
Oh really?
Yeah, like when you're stretching or you're warming up, and he's there like reading a poem. It's just
Yeah, no, you're all right. No, I'm fine, thanks, mate. Cheers, Joe. Jog on, lad. No, all right.
And he's always talking to it's like Priya in Mumbai and John in Bognor Regis. Thanks for watching. Keep going, everyone. So he's a motivational guy. Probably gets you through it, but and you've got to be careful which lesson you click on as well. Because I watched one the other day and started doing the exercise, and I was jumping around the living room like a frog. So I think,
well, thankfully, we've only got a small telly at the minute, so I don't think the wife wants to watch it. So
maybe not.
small mercies, mate. Small mercies.
And of course, so apart from moving to the Cayman Islands, and why wouldn't you want to live in the Cayman Islands, of course, what was the reason you sort of shifted to take on this like new adventure?
It's basically just I didn't want to do anymore. I was spent. You just get to the point where you're like, I've done what I can, and also I think radio's changing. I really do think radio's changing, and it just got to the point where it's like I could hang on and see what happens with Radio City and see what road they go down and see if they start doing different things and taking more network programming and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
Or I could just rip the plaster off now and go and do something new. So that's basically what I've done. Just gone, do you know what? Whatever. I'll just go and do something new. Loved it. Loved my time there. Loved working with Leanne more than anything. But time for a new challenge. So off ski, and like I say, the only bit I miss is the interaction with Leanne, and that's not even on the show. It's just speaking to her and seeing her every day.
Yeah,
and then it's weird, but we speak on the phone most days anyway, so it's actually all right.
Like, I was going to ask you what is the one thing you're going to miss the show. I think I know the answer. Of course, it would.
Yeah,
of course, it'd be
just Leanne. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's not because I didn't enjoy the show. It's just this in my head. This has been coming for probably a year and a half.
Right. Okay.
So by the time we got to it, and I told the radio station back in November that I was going to leave. So this has been a build up for a long time, getting used to the thought. If it had been quite a recent thing, it might have been a bit different. I'd have been a bit more about it all. But no, it's been a nice, gentle like build up to what we're doing. So everyone's happy about it, and it's great. Yeah.
And of course, you did your last show a couple of weeks ago. It was about 2 weeks ago. How was that last show for you?
Annoying because it was at home. So I was at home. Leanne was at her house as well. So it's frustrating. We never got to be in the same room. Never properly got to say goodbye. And because it's hard to explain, but because I was at home, and I wasn't in control of the buttons, as it were, you're not really in control. So we run out of time at the end of the show because that's just the way it is. And then you're rushing what you want to say because you've got this, the show has to finish at exactly the right time.
Yeah.
And so you're chasing your tail to that. And it was frustrating, but I loved it because I played the music I wanted to play. I don't think the boss loved it, but what's he going to do? Fire me. And we got to play all our best bits. So me and Leanne loved it. It's just a shame that we weren't in the same room. And I never got a leaving present or a card because I wasn't there. So if they think I haven't forgotten, I want my leaving present and my card, Radio City.
Yeah. And it was quite emotional as well. Was there?
Yeah, massively, yeah. I didn't think it would be. But again, I think it had been worse if we were at the Tower, though. Because it was all different. It just felt different.
Yeah.
It's a real. That's the real shame. The fact we weren't in the same room is a real shame. But yeah, it was. It was sad. I had my dog and my wife was there because obviously we're in our spare room. So it was weird. It was weird. but nice though. But nice.
Yeah, of course. And it's all right to cry, isn't it? It's all right to cry now.
I think so. I've done it enough on that radio show.
Exactly.
Done it enough. If you dare mention the top of that tower, the top of the zip wire, then I'll just press end meeting.
I won't mention it at all.
Yeah,
Don't worry. I cry all the time anyway, mostly on nights out, probably. So for me as well, I'm a mate. Speaking on mate Jamie's behalf as well, it was brilliant. Such a privilege to work on your show as well, just to see how it's run and get. It was a big show because definitely in Liverpool, it's what people want to listen to. They want a radio show from Liverpool, and it was probably a good city as well to do it in because everyone is together and everyone.
Yeah, they're all good sport.
So I learned so much. Like you can take radio anywhere. I can remember once when it was so windy because the Radio City Tower is not built.
No, it's horrific, isn't it, when it's blowing? Yeah.
So, and I remember you were just like, I'm not doing the show from up here anymore. Let's just go down to Greg's and do the rest of the show from Greg's. And I'm just sitting there, just watching you guys do it live from Greg's.
Yeah.
Mental. Oh, that was the first time I spoke on your show as well.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I pretended. Am I allowed to say that I pretended to be someone else?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't work there anymore. It's fine. I remember you had to interview me like I was just a uni student as well. And I remember you said, just pick a name. And the first name I picked was Alan, I think. And it was like 10 seconds. You were like 10 seconds thinking of a name. And then Alan was the first thing to come out of my mouth. I don't know why. So my first appearance on commercial radio, I was called Alan. So it was a stand-up moment for me.
Strong name.
Is there a standout moment for you that you did on the show?
Oh, generally loads. I don't think there is one because there's loads. I think we did so much good stuff. There is loads of stuff. I'm trying to think. I don't think there's one. There's not one standout. There's been loads, and I've loved it. And the fact that Leanne's on my wavelength meant that it was quite good. So we just, in a nice way, wind each other up with, let's do that. No, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And it ended up being a bit stupid. But it was good though, because we'd always do it. So it's great. It was perfect. There's loads.
Was it like that straight away? Like, because obviously, between two people, there has to be that level of banter for it to work. You can't just put two random people together and just hope it works.
Yeah, it was. Me and Leanne never really understood why either. But like the first day, so I was at the Radio City Tower. I'd just done my drive time show and she came in to record a pilot show with me. And we did about 2 minutes of pilot show and then spent like 3 hours just chatting. And it was like instant. And it was just weird. And you both sort of knew straight away. But it's not very often you get that. Like quite a lot of breakfast shows that I've worked in before or have been on the radio station I've been on hate each other. And it's weird because they genuinely don't talk between the records. It's weird. But we were the opposite. And, I'd like to think that came across because we both actually liked each other bizarrely. But yeah, it was good. Yeah, really good.
No, it was great. And it was great working on the show. And you are a pro. I've never seen someone just shout profanity and then just go straight on.
Yeah, you got to get it out, haven't you? You got to get it out before you start talking on the radio. So I had a knack of doing that. I can be as offensive as I need to be. And then the red light's on, don't say the F word.
Yeah, of course.
I only did once, so it's okay.
Now, I'm a big fan of you on Twitter. I'm always looking at your tweets, having a little laugh. And I saw that you went out shopping for the first time in lockdown the other day. What was that like for you?
Frustrating, right? So I've got a new mantra on Twitter where when you're on the radio and you're paid by a company, you have to play the game. Right? There's lots of rules. You can't be offensive. You can't say this. You can't say that. I don't care no more because I don't work for a company in the UK. Well, a company as strict as my last company.
Yeah,
so I can say what I want. And going out and shopping in lockdown. First of all, I hadn't done it because of the diabetes. I didn't want to. My wife had kindly gone out every time. So I put my mask on and we parked up and it wasn't that busy. I was like, I won't sit in the car this time. I'll come in. Save you doing it all on your own. People are stupid. I don't get it. It was winding me up. And she was like, oh yeah, it's like this normally. But because it was like 8, 9 o'clock at night, there was no security. So apparently last time, the security was like, no, you can't go down that way. It's one way only and blah, blah. There was no security. It was a free-for-all. People are stupid.
They really are.
It does my nut in. And I, because it was my first time, I was like I was like, I won't bite. But I ended up going out and I was like, I'm going to lose my temper. But next time I go, I'm going to be ready to row. I'm genuinely going to be ready to row. I would have my friend was on Twitter and he called it coronavirus Tourette's, where you just start shouting obscenities at people because they're idiots. So I think I might enjoy it next time I go.
I hope you do. Now, what are you missing most about normal life? What is the one thing you're thinking? Oh,
structure, I think.
Yeah.
Structure.
No.
But then, see, I'm lucky because, yes, I'm missing structure, but I'm not missing getting up at 4:30 in the morning. So I've still got, it's weird because I would come home from work and sit at home and then go through my other shows that I have to do and stuff, which is still kind of happening. It's just that my wife's also here because she's not at work.
Yeah.
So it's not really too dissimilar. It's just that there's no real structure. It just feels a bit, every day's the same. That's the weirdest thing, isn't it? It's not fine. I don't know what, today is Thursday, but I have to think about it. Do you know what I mean? It's weird at the minute. Weird.
I know. I don't know what time the recording will go out. I might have to do it on a Thursday now. But anyway, it might be. It doesn't matter. Anyone will watch it any day.
Nah, whatever.
Are you missing go-karting? Because I remember going go-karting with you, and like Lewis Hamilton on there. It's insane.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like No Prisoners, isn't it? And I used to get into trouble quite a lot when I was go-karting because like these listeners would be coming and they'd be like, oh, they're like being looked after by the radio station, and then this pleb comes along and just bangs them out of the way. Listen, racing's racing. But no, it's dead sad because it got to the point where we were choosing what we're going to take to Cayman and what we're not going to take to Cayman. And my suit that Radio City got me, it had to be let go because there wasn't space for it. I was like, oh, sad times. So, yeah, I do miss the racing though.
I know. I wasn't too good when I did it.
No, you're horrific, mate. Don't sit on the fence. You were a joke. That's what you were. It was disgraceful. Yeah.
What it was PTSD because I did it before for one of my mates' birthdays and I crashed like really bad.
Remember my broken rib though last time when I did it?
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah. So.
All right. Okay. My crash was so bad my shoe came off, and I don't think.
Oh, you're kidding! Oh, I didn't realise. Sorry, I didn't realise that.
No, my poor shoe. So. Now we've got the question fez because
what's that?
This is like a new segment that I've got. It's a fez. Okay. I was looking for a bucket all day. Didn't have a bucket.
So you can't buy one, can you? Not essential.
No, B&Q about 3 hours queue to get in there. So I've got a fez, and I've got my family to ask you questions that I've never seen them before, so I don't know what they've wrote.
Okay, they could be horrific. Okay.
I hope there's something like that viewers will enjoy. So here's the first one. This is actually a nice, good question, this one. If you could have any superpower, what would it be?
X-ray eyes.
X-ray eyes? Is that what you... I think my superpower...
I'm going to leave the reason to people's imaginations, so it's not actually written down anywhere or there's no evidence of it, but I think we all know why, don't we?
Yeah, I think so.
Just saying.
I think so. My superpower would probably make people younger, especially one of my ex-English teachers. I wish she was 10 years younger, but that would be my superpower, to make people younger.
Okay then.
No,
Okay.
you don't even.
You sound worse than me right now, but okay, carry on.
Let's cut that bit out. Right.
Yeah, okay. I think it's for the best. Yeah.
I've got another one. What is your favorite? Oh, what is your favorite Backstreet Boys song? Yeah, you're into the Backstreet Boys.
Everybody, quit playing games. My heart's quite good. I Want That Way is rubbish.
Really?
Larger than life, not all that. It's everybody.
That's an unpopular opinion, I reckon. I think everyone loves I Want It That Way, but
well, then they're wrong. But it's fine. I'll fight them over it in the car park. It's all right.
Of course. All right, the last one. This is you lower the tone a little bit. Is it okay to wee in the shower?
Yeah, of course it is. Well, that's an easy question. That's not even a question. You're cleaning yourself as you do it. So what's the issue?
That is fair enough. I don't wee in the shower anyway.
Well, I remember on the radio show we asked a question once because it was out there. I don't know how.
Yeah.
Have you done number 2 in the shower? And apparently people have. So
really,
true fact. Yeah, true fact. So weeing, I've got no problem with weeing in the shower.
Yeah, I suppose.
I am very aware that my wife is just downstairs though, and she might not.
She might
not agree with me, but
of course, you know, as long as it's not the bath. The bath's weird. But yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to sit in it. That is weird. Yeah.
Yeah, that is. Right, Dave. Thank you very much for joining me on my first episode. Thank you very much for sharing everything. I hope you have a great time in the Cayman Islands when you eventually get there.
We finally get there. Yes. Well, thank you very much for having me. Pleasure to be there. Here, you're there. Whatever.
Yeah, in your house. Thank you very much, Dave Kelly. Everyone.
Bye.